This is Spotlight TV, and I am Christian Lestat. For the people at home, who are we here with today?
Liz Vickery.
Don't break me, break monopolies! Don't break me, break monopolies! Don't break me, break monopolies! Don't break me, break monopolies!
This is Spotlight TV, and I am Christian Lestat. For the people at home, who are we here with today?
Cameron Jensen of Occupy Erie.
You're one of the main speakers, right?
Just today, facilitators change. It's a step up, step back. We don't have leaders, or we are all leaders rather. So people step up, they facilitate, they talk, and then they step back, and somebody else facilitates at another meeting, which we call a General Assembly.
Now, the last time you was on, you said there was trouble with like some of the homeless people in the park, right?
There has been off and on.
Now, did anything change with that?
They have started to come and talk to us. We've gone and approached them and discussed kind of the things that we're doing. It is starting to get a little better. They're starting to be a lot more respectful of us as far as not stealing all of our stuff, which is good. They're starting to respect us as people, and it takes minutes for people to warm up to somebody new, and we're somebody new to them because this has been their park for years.
You were inside.
I'm
you were
a
inside
customer.
with everybody else.
I'm a customer.
You were inside.
I'm a
Yes,
customer.
but you were inside
I'm a
the whole
customer.
No.
What are you doing?
What the hey!
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's being dominated right now. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything wrong. Oh my God. What are you doing? This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. You're doing it wrong. Why? Shame for yourself. Shame. 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 You should be ashamed. Disgusting. You're absolutely disgusting.
Completely fucked up. Back, please. Get back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Well, this is a pretty.
How do you feel about all the arrests going on in New York City and the rest of the places where the arrests have been going on?
I was actually in New York for a short time for the Occupy there. Stayed in Liberty Square, or Zuccotti as it was renamed. The police, especially like the uniformed police officers, they are actually very polite. They're doing their job, and they're doing good things for the people looking out for safety. It seems to be more the white shirts that are causing problems. I'm a pretty big fan of police officers because they've been on my side more than they've been against me. I don't agree with a lot of the things that have gone on, such as in Boston, where a group of Vietnam veterans were run down by police officers. I don't want to say too many specifics because I'd prefer the information be looked up directly online so that it's accurate. But there have been some corrupt issues going on, and I'm not pleased with that. But the police officers who do things like, could you please step back, and then thank people when they step back, that's awesome, and that is happening, and there are the bad things happening too. So there's sort of I don't want to call it a balance, because it's not a good thing to have people have their tents torn down, have their things confiscated. There are bad things going on, but like our local police station has been wonderful. We have police coming in and having conversations with us, checking on us, keeping us safe. And Cameron Jensen met with the police chief, talked to him, they had a conversation. They've really been working with us and looking out for us locally. Has been wonderful, so I'd like to add that.
Now, I've did a YouTube search and a Google search on Occupy groups where there's undercover cops, and I came up with a lot of videos already about undercover cops or like infiltrators sent in from the government to do horrible things so that the TV cameras could pick it up. They did this to the Tea Party too, where they would have someone from the government, a government agent, hold up a racist sign so CNN and Fox or anyone else around there would film that, and then they said the Tea Party was racist.
Sir, why do you have a swastika on your shirt? That doesn't represent Tea Party values. I'd like it if you could please leave.
I'm with the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. We are a white unit.
Well, you don't represent the Tea Party, sir. And
now, I think what they're doing with the Occupy groups is trying to say, oh, these are rowdy partiers and are just looking to party, and they actually have government officials dressed up as maybe anarchists, doing drugs or whatever in front of TV cameras again. What's your feelings on all that?
Well, first I want to respond to what you said about anarchists and the association that you made with drugs and alcohol to that group. Again, that is a group that the similar things have happened to. They're not necessarily associated with drugs and alcohol. I don't think it's fair for you to assume that personally.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
No, I understand. And furthermore, with this occupation here in Erie, we have not had that trouble whatsoever. We haven't really had any offensive anything, really. We've been very peaceful so far. If that or when that time arises here in our local community, we will look into dealing with it in the most appropriate way. Which obviously is probably just going to be to ignore those insightful signs, even if they're held up by somebody that we think is one of our own. Everybody is one of our own, and I don't agree with necessarily everything that everyone's doing.
3 Quebec police officers caught on YouTube wearing masks, carrying rocks, and posing as protesters. Denying it all at first, the Sûreté de Québec now admit that the masked men are their own.
It was stunning video posted on the internet for all to see, and it came with a charge that police masqueraded as protesters at this week's Montebello summit to incite violence. Tonight, an equally stunning admission from Quebec's provincial police. Susan Bonner reports.
Identities masked, one carrying a huge rock.
Hey, put the rock down!
Nabbed for infiltrating a peaceful protest at Montebello. The tip-off came from a union leader who noticed riot police standing by despite the obvious weapon. He accused the men of being undercover cops trying to provoke a riot and end the protests.
Well, when there was the G20 in Pittsburgh and the G20 in Toronto, both governments used undercover cops dressed as anarchists. And what they did was they threw like a rock at another cop, and then the cops arrested everybody. And Toronto was caught when they looked at the videos, and the protesters had boots, the same boots as the cops that they were, that started the trouble. And then they admitted to that was some cops.
Wow.
And do you think that the Erie authorities would do that if, say, like, the bigger authorities told them to? Because I've been told a lot by cops who are nice that they're only following their duties. And it almost scares me. Yeah, they could be on our side, but yet if the bigger form of government, the federal government, came in and told the local cops, hey, this is what you have to do, would they still follow their duties? That's the question. I mean, I respect the fact that they're, they are helping out and stuff, but that, can you really trust them? That's what I'm saying. You have to keep your eye open on the all-seeing eye all times,
Well, I believe in being aware all the time in all cases, but based on what I've seen so far from our local police station that's right over there.
I can't really see it.
we've had I don't want to say support necessarily, but I mean they've been wonderful. I would like to say that I'm not expecting anything negative like that from them because of the way that they've acted so far. I think they've been wonderful. I don't see it changing, and I hope it doesn't change. So.
Listen here, sport. You want a videotape? I'll take your camera. Put that on. Listen here, sport. You want a videotape? I'll take your camera. Put that on. Listen here, sport. You want a videotape? I'll take your camera. Put that on.
I guarantee you that. Christian the stat.
Sorry, am I in your way? Oh. Go that way. Go that way.
Well, I have to go that way.
Yes, you have to go that way. I'm showing you on camera. You have to go that way.
Why is that?
Start walking or you're going to get locked up.
Is there a law that says I have to go that way?
I'm going to count to 2. I don't care about a camera. Cameras mean nothing to me. I'm going to count to 2.
Okay.
Start walking. 1, 2, keep going. See ya.
Have a good day, sir.
Yep.